Hi, I'm Melinda Van Fleet, and welcome to the Good Karma Success Coach podcast. I'm a confidence and mindset mentor and coach, best-selling author and speaker who helps women believe in themselves, build confidence, and take action. In 2009, my husband Ryan and I were laid off at the same time, and we moved to the Florida Keys without jobs, not knowing anyone, hardly any money, and we never even been here, but we made it. And now, not every day is sunshine and rainbows, but we're living our best lives. And all along in our journey, I've always said that someday when we get our quote unquote shit together, we will help others. So each week, my intent is to be relatable and bring you tactical tips, tools, share my learnings and stories that can help inspire or transform you wherever you are in your career or general life and make an impact. I strongly believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. So what's stopping you? Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Good Karma Success Coach podcast. I am so excited. I have my co-host, the beautiful Sienna, with me today, my niece. How are you, Sienna?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm awesome. You started school.
Yes, finally, but it's a little sad because summer's over.
Well, pretty soon summer will be back. Tell everyone what grade you are in.
I'm in my junior year of high school.
Crazy. That is bananas. And how are you liking it so far?
I like it. It's just a lot more work than I've had before.
And what are some of your classes?
I'm taking AP Literature and Composition, Government, and Earth Science. I would say those are my favorite classes.
Wow. And are they also the ones that are requiring more work?
Just the AP and Literature one.
Okay. Which makes sense
Yeah,
because it's AP, right?
right.
I'm trying to remember what AP classes I took in high school. I took one or two because it was just kind of kicking off way back then in the dark ages.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just had started AP way back when. I think it was actually definitely in my age group, generational genre, I guess you could say, that they came up with the idea to offer AP classes because it was kind of a new thing. Yeah,
Oh.
very nice. I was at the forefront of something, right? Ah, so we have just lots of little fun stuff to talk about today. So we're going to keep it just light with different fun updates.
Yeah.
So the first update that we'll just share with everyone is we are still working on our book, but just because of the things that I have going on with my business, and then also with Sienna, she actually worked a lot this summer and her going back to school. We are just going to take our time with it. So I imagine the ETA will be sometime in 2023, right?
Yes.
Yes. But in the meantime, you have been growing on Medium. How many followers do you have now?
I have about 200, and let me just say I'm so grateful for the journey I've had on Medium so far.
That is awesome. And who are some of your favorite writers? Do you have any that you want to give a shout out to?
I really love, I'm pretty sure this is one of your friends who followed me from you. Her name is Carmelita.
Oh, yes.
I obviously enjoy Deborah Lupien's writing as
Yes,
well.
my friend.
And I don't even know how to pronounce this one. I remember you talking about him before I started Medium. It's like Vritant or something
hmm
like that. Do you know who
hmm
I'm talking about?
I sure do. And I've never
Yeah.
said his name out loud either, so I don't want to mess it up, but
Yeah, I
I can
don't know how to
visualize
say it.
it in my head. I can visualize. I
Yeah.
think it's spelled like Vrivant,
T-N-A-T.
something like that. So
Yeah.
apologies if you're listening to the podcast. We love you.
We just bashed your
I don't
name.
want to bash your name. I'm so bad. I always say I could probably never be a newscaster because, to have that skill to pronounce names when I was,
Right.
yeah, when
Huh.
I was recording my audibles, I remember I would stop the engineer and say, wait a second. let me do Google Pronounce. So I had my iPad with me, so I would put the name of whoever I was quoting, because I have a lot of quotes in my books, into Google Pronounce, so I would get it correct for the Audible. So Google Pronounce is a very awesome tool if you're someone like me that has a hard time pronouncing names. So, anyone else?
Those are the ones I can think about right now. I know there's many more, but those are the
Yeah.
main.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I just think it's great and it helps to build a community and also fine tune your craft. And that
Right.
is really, really cool, especially since this AP literature class is one of your favorites. So I think that is really amazing. Yay.
Yes.
And then someone special's birthday was just a few days ago.
Yes.
Who was that?
It's my sister Sydney's birthday.
Yay. And how old is Sydney now?
She is 14 now.
Oh my goodness gracious. Your mom had texted me a picture of me holding her when she was a little baby, and it made me have some tears in my eyes. I remember
Oh,
that so well. Yes, she's so cute. Now she's a young lady in frilly dresses and white high heel boots.
yes.
So, yeah, but you had fun at the party?
It was really nice. The area was awesome, and we went to some shops and boutiques, and they were really, really lovely.
Aw, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's amazing how the two of you, you're only about 2.5 years apart, but you're both so different,
Mm-hmm.
but you get along so well, even though your mom might be going, nah, maybe not fully agreeing with me on that, but you guys really do. A lot of siblings
We
don't get
do.
along. So you're both supportive. You go to her dance competitions and cheer her on. So I think that's really awesome.
Right. Well, at first we didn't get along that well, I would say. And I would say 2 years ago, that's when we started getting along.
How would you describe that journey to someone out there that may be struggling with not getting along with their siblings?
I would just say we matured. That's when I started getting into spirituality and I started realizing, well, I can't control people's emotions, number one. And that's when I started realizing that my anger isn't going to solve anything and my jealousy of some of the things she does isn't going to do anything either. So I just kind of realized like I need to let that go.
That's beautiful, Sienna.
Yeah.
That is really, really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, of course.
You also, when we had our little pre-chat, I had noticed, and then you called it out, you updated your vision board.
Yes.
Woo! So if anyone is new to this podcast and hasn't been following this journey, we did vision boards. Gosh, it'll be what, 3 years this year or 2 years? I don't even know.
I
Gosh.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know how you would count that. I don't even know.
Yeah, because it wasn't last year.
It was the year
The year
before.
before. Yeah. And then I podcasted about it. I'd have to look, but anyhow, I had the idea to teach Sienna and Sydney about vision boards because in February, I'm very blessed that I go stay with Sienna and Sydney for a few days. And so we had done
Yes.
them, right? We got supplies and we put together vision boards.
Yeah, we
So
did.
yeah, super, super fun. And even this last time when we were together, Sydney had bought some more supplies at Target. I was like, what did you buy? She goes, I bought things for a vision board. So it was like super cool. So do you want to share what some of your updates were?
Um, I mostly removed some of the things that no longer resonated with me, such as I wanted a red car and I removed that. Plus I already got a car, so that's when I was like, okay, well, I don't need that anymore.
Hmm.
Um, I removed the need to get well, the want to get more crystals. And then I added a lot of stickers on there. I have a sticker book. I have two of them, and they're so awesome. I love them. And I added just a bunch of stickers that I love that resonate with me on the board. I added like little captions underneath some of the pictures as well to give context as well.
Wow, that's so cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I love that because a lot of people probably don't realize that, yeah, like you can update your dreams, your desires, and as you grow and evolve, yep, something might get fulfilled, like you did get a car, which is awesome, and then something may
Yes.
not resonate with you anymore.
Right.
And that's where, people get stuck with thinking that it has to go a certain way, but it doesn't. You're co-creating with the universe, so you really don't have ultimate control. And
Mm-hmm.
also, too, as much as it's good to give direction to the universe, you still should be open to potentiality, right?
Yeah.
Because who's to say, like, if you would have gotten a red car, maybe it was going to be a beater. And instead you got a nice car, right? That you
Yeah.
like and you're happy with and is safe and is doing a good job for you.
Right.
So there's definitely ebb and flow that goes along with a vision board. And again, it's nice. Like I have one that I put together a few years ago. And I would say it's the same because Ryan and I are really lucky. Like at this stage in our lives, we're in a good place. Mine's just about growth and big, big dreams. So they may not happen tomorrow because a lot of things and have to get into play. But yeah, you just put it out there, but there may be something one day that I'm like, yeah, I really don't see myself doing that anymore, right?
Yeah.
Something's changed. I definitely do not have dogs on my vision boards anymore. Sorry to all the pet lovers, but after having three dogs since they were puppies, and they're like two are 12 years old and one's 11, and they're like still effing crazy. Like, there's no dogs on my vision boards. We're good. We're good. We are good with the dogs. So things like that happen, but I might not have had that point of view, 15 years ago. I might have been like, I'm going to have dogs forever, and then, yeah, that's just not in my desires. So,
Yeah.
you grow and you change, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it'll be really fun. Have you taken a picture of what this vision board now is and maybe put a date like on a picture and maybe put it in a journal or something?
I don't believe I wrote a date on it.
Yeah, you may want to consider doing that because especially because of your age, right? And I would recommend it for any age, truly. Like it doesn't even matter. Like it's fun to then, in 10 years you might look back and go, "Oh my gosh, this is what I had on my board at, age 16, September 5th, 2022, right?
Yeah.
And then this is how my life has evolved in terms of what did happen, what did manifest,
Right.
and what I'm still like working towards, right?
Yeah.
So I love that. That's one reason why I do my gratitude journal. So I have a little gratitude journal, like one of those little mole journals. You can get them at Target, and there's cheaper versions at Walmart. I've got both, doesn't matter about the price. And I always date everything. And I kick myself that when I started journaling years ago, I didn't date things. I didn't put the date because it's just fascinating to go back and read your journals and go, oh my gosh, this is what I was desiring at the time. This is what happened. This is what was going on. So it's like having a diary, but
Yeah.
just in a different context.
I completely agree. My first journal when I started spirituality, I still love going back and looking at it. It's so fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just did a post, I think on Facebook and Instagram not too long ago. I don't think I made it into a blog. I might have to do that, but whatever. About, we spend so much time and money buying other people's books, right? And there's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. Obviously, I'm an author too, and have plenty of books and have given away a lot of books recently. And really, if you're someone who journals and you've been journaling for a while and you have several, that's really the best book to read, right?
Right?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you read your own content that you either was going through at the time, that you thought of, came through you from the divine, or maybe you watched, a masterclass, or watched a speaker, or read a great quote on Pinterest, all the things. I write all those things in my journals. And,
Yeah.
I think of content ideas. I may not use it right away. I write it in my journal. Even things I have used because I've been creating content now for so long, I write it in my journal. So yeah, so if you're someone out there that has journals, instead of buying a new book, or instead of picking up a book that may or may not even call to you, like pick up your journal and
Yeah.
sit outside or inside if it's cold, and read your own stuff for a while. Yeah. How many journals do you have now?
I'm looking at them right now. 6. Oh
That's
no,
amazing.
7.
7. That's amazing because it's only been a few years.
Well, I have 3 of them that are specific to certain time periods, and then I have a gratitude journal. Then I have like just a daily journal to write about what's going on right now, like in the present.
Uh-huh.
And then I have one that's like I write down like what I need to get out of my head.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So you've segued them into different categories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So I have my gratitude journal, like I mentioned, a little mole skin journal. Then I've got my journal that always comes with me. And then I have a journal for the specific content that I'm creating, because I'm creating masterclasses, workshops, and audios. So I wanted that
Hmm.
to be like in a separate journal where it's more structured in terms of
Yeah.
like planning and strategy. So I needed a separate journal for that. And then I have a journal. Gosh, I've got a lot of journals. I've got a journal for pitching to publications. And then I've got a small journal in my handbag in case I need it and I don't have my big journal with me. So yeah. Yeah. So anyone out there, if you're listening, if it helps to not be overwhelmed, to have different journals and structure the content, what's going on for you. Uh, Feel free to adapt mine and Sienna's strategies, or twist
Right.
and turn them for yourself. Awesome. Well, this was a lot of good stuff, my friend.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else that you feel like sharing before we wrap up this episode for the month?
I don't think so. What about you?
I am good. I just want to tell people, if you haven't been following me on the socials, or if you're new to this podcast, please feel free to connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter, and check out my website. I actually have 2, because this is one of 2 podcasts. I have Crush It in Sales podcast as well. So if you've never listened to that podcast, but there's melindavanfleet.com, and both websites connect to each other. But on the front page of my website has information about the new audios that I've been releasing. I've released 4 at this moment in time. One is called Believe, Key to Manifesting. One is called Release, The Overwhelm. One is called Success, 5 Codes. And the other one, which was the first one I released, is called Freedom from Overthinking. And then I'm also doing masterclass workshops every other week. And all that information can be found, again, either on my website or just by following me on social media. And I had also brought back my free Facebook group, which is called Beyond Basics. So lots of ways to connect with me. I will put that all in the show notes. And I will also put Sienna's Medium link in the show notes, so you can connect with her on Medium and read some of her amazing blogs. So
Yeah, thank you so much.
yeah, you're so welcome. And I'm just so excited and grateful for you. It's going to be super fun to hear more about your junior year journey. Yay! And all the fun things that you have ahead of you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sienna.
Thank you for having me as always.
Yes, it's always my pleasure and always super fun to do this podcast with you. I'm so grateful and I love you so much.
I love you too, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Thanks everyone for listening. Please share.